Hey, it's Thursday evening's weather for Weather Geeks here on July the 16th, a little over halfway through the month. And since it's a little over halfway through the month, put a big blog post on my weather blog, ericwfmj.com, last night, in case you missed this. Recap of the first half of July, preview of the hot weekend weather, and interestingly enough, even though it's the middle of summer, did talk about the coming El Nino. It's already here, but it's expected to get a little stronger out in the Pacific Ocean and what that might mean for our winter forecast. El Nino can have a big impact on the weather patterns across North America and in our part of the country during the winter months in particular. So I think you'll find that post really interesting. I did note in the post, I don't think that this is likely to be the third consecutive really harsh winter for us. Now, could it be a snowy winter? Could it be even a little cooler than average? Yeah, I don't think that's outside of the realm of possibility. I just don't think it's going to be as bad as the last couple of years. We've had two straight winters where we've been around 4 below average for the winter as a whole, and that's a pretty big number. So third consecutive year of that doesn't seem likely, partly because of El Nino. So check out that post for more on that. All right, this evening clouds are starting to stream in a little bit as our warm front approaches. That warm front and weather disturbance is causing some showers and storms out of the Midwest, even a tornado warning as I recorded this a little after 8 o'clock out here near the Mississippi River. Otherwise, across the country, things are pretty quiet. Now, of course, today was a fantastic day. It was just a 5-star day. The humidity way down. Even this evening, dew points are still down into the 50s, but notice off to the west, dew points are starting to come up pretty quickly. And this is the air mass that's coming our way tomorrow. Look at these juicy tropical dew points in the Mississippi Valley. It's going to come our way for tomorrow and the weekend. Some of the hottest, most uncomfortable weather of the year so far coming our way for the next few days. What about thunderstorms? Now, I've been carrying kind of a low-end chance of showers and storms for our Friday in the forecast, and I still think that's the way to go. Don't think it's a wet day tomorrow. But as we get into the afternoon tomorrow, here's the NAM model at 2 p.m., suggesting that the best chance for a shower and thunderstorm tomorrow will be kind of in far northern Ohio and northwest PA, and that the threat will increase farther south, closer to I-80 as we get into the late afternoon on our Friday. I think that's generally the right idea, but, you know, this is going to be classic hit or miss stuff, not really well organized. Now, if you get hit, you're going to get hit. There could be some hard downpours and some frequent lightning. But this is going to be real hit or miss stuff, and a lot of us will be in the miss category for the late afternoon and evening tomorrow. Now, the atmosphere is going to be turning very, very unstable tomorrow across the region. We don't have a great trigger to get organized storms going. There's no huge cold front coming through or anything like that. But boy, it's going to be so darn unstable. Now, the NAM model tends to overdo the instability a little bit. Here's the GFS with the CAPE values tomorrow as high as 4,000 joules out in Illinois, closer to maybe 800 to 1,000 here where we live. If you're new to CAPE, convective available potential energy, geeky meteorological term that describes how unstable the atmosphere is, and the more unstable the atmosphere is, the easier it is for air parcels to get heated up near the ground and then continue rising. Higher they rise, the taller the clouds get, the more precipitation and thunderstorms there can be. So a pretty unstable air mass for us during the course of the day tomorrow. What about the weekend? I think the chances for rain on Saturday are lower than tomorrow. There's, again, just not much of a mechanism to get these going in any sort of organized fashion. But could your backyard see a stray 5 or 10 minute thunderstorm? Yeah, it's possible. Here's Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Real hit or miss stuff here. If you're going to Waterfire in Sharon, Trumbull County Fair, anything outdoors Saturday, keep those plans. Just stay weather aware, as I can't rule out that a couple of spots get a thunderstorm. Sunday, perhaps the chance is a little higher, but I mean just a little bit. A cold front's going to approach Sunday, but the front itself really probably does not come through till Sunday night. So during the day Sunday, again, hit or miss, mostly in the afternoon, thunderstorms. But the better chance, I think, is Sunday night as our cold front moves through. The models have sped up this front, suggesting that the worst of the weather on Monday would be first thing in the morning. So we're going to keep an eye on that trend. Sometimes at this time of the year, models tend to speed fronts along too quickly. Fronts tend to be pretty sluggish in the heart of summer. But nonetheless, we'll keep an eye on Monday's trends. But if the trend were to continue, we might even be able to dry out Monday completely. The rain might be over by daybreak on Monday if the model trends were to continue. Real quick word on tomorrow's thunderstorms. We're close to the marginal risk put out by the Storm Prediction Center. It has parts of Michigan, Ohio, Indiana. The marginal risk tomorrow That basically means it's a low-end threat. We can't rule it out. We can't rule out that a couple of storms turn strong or even severe, but it's a low-end chance. It's not a real slam dunk situation for severe weather tomorrow. But stay weather aware. We're going to keep you up to date on that. As far as the long range temperatures, well, of course, the story this weekend, aside from the stray thunderstorm chance, is the heat. Actual temperatures this weekend probably getting somewhere between 87 and 90 on average across the region, including Saturday and Sunday. Even tomorrow is probably about 85 or 86. The dew points come up to the point where heat index values can get into the mid 90s this weekend. We've seen worse, certainly. We'll see worse in the future, but we haven't had this kind of heat, this kind of oppressive atmosphere very often over the last couple of summers. So common sense applies. You don't need me to tell you to take frequent breaks and stay hydrated, but it's a good idea. If your pets are outdoor pets and are going to spend much time outdoors, make sure they have some shade and make sure they have plenty of water as well. Again, we just haven't seen this very often in the last couple of summers. All right, once we're done with the heat over the weekend behind that front, it's back to just typical July stuff. Our average high is about 82. We'll see a lot of temperatures like that next week. 82, 83, overnight lows in the lower 60s. And I'll tell you, a lot of next week looks pretty dry. We could really use a couple of weeks of pretty dry weather. And we're probably going to try to string together 3 or 4 consecutive dry days during the course of next week. So that is it for tonight's weather for Weather Geeks. No Weather Geeks tomorrow. I am off. I am participating in the Freedom Warrior golf outing at Avalon Golf Courses up in Trumbull County. I'll be at Squaw Creek playing with Derek Steyer. Great event for a great cause. My dad's going to be playing with me. He is a veteran, and real happy to have him playing with my group tomorrow. We're going to hope to dodge some raindrops. Candace Monticelli will be filling in for me on 21 News at 6 and 11 tomorrow night. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'll see you right back here for more geeky stuff Monday evening.